Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world. I have a dream.
Well, that's where we start when I go into politics.
Continue to be held as hostages in an attempt to force unacceptable demands on our country.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Is increasing inequality and deep divisions among our own people.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
Congress has failed to pass federal hate crimes legislation that protects LGBT Americans from senseless violence.
So let us summon a new spirit of patriotism, of responsibility, where each of us resolves to pitch in and work harder and look after not only ourselves but each other.
Broadcasting live from the MSC Radio Network in the city built on steel, rock and roll, and is the fictitious home of Betty White. This is Joust It Out, and I'm your host, G. With me is the beautiful Judith Pindell. Hello,
I
Judith.
do have a tan.
You do. From your Vegas trip, baby.
Hey.
And, of course, the one and only Robin Our Hearts.
How are you?
And, you know, every week I have to comment on the outfits in here. Today, it looked like you called each other and coordinated.
Once again.
It's almost like the woman of Fox 8 News locally with the coordinated morning show outfits, you know. It looks beautiful, actually. Of course, I'm not in sync with you people. I'm in blue and gray today. I'm always kind of blue and gray,
You have a very professional, casual style.
Yeah, I come right from work.
You're consistent.
I actually went home and changed today. I'm normally coming straight
I was going to say, you have a lot of cleavage for the office.
Yeah, I know.
Morning.
It's very breezy. And yeah, I did not go to the office like this today.
Your nicely tan boobs, we can see.
You look amazing, amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, never been to Vegas. Probably will never go back, but it was fun. It was a really good time.
So why would you never go back? Give us a little. Give us
your. You know, it just
take
wasn't
on
my
Vegas.
speed. It was not my speed. Yeah. But I would say this is terrible. And I'm probably going to get hate mail from this, but. For those of you who are in Northeast Ohio, you'll get this reference. I have never seen so many like pregnant teenage mothers pushing their their toddlers in strollers as I have outside of Menor Mall.
Wow.
Wow. All over. I was just really, I mean, of all places, Vegas.
Please send your hate email to J. Pindell.
Apparently, Vegas is where
joustitout.com.
you, as a pregnant 20-year-old young mother with your toddler in a stroller, goes around.
The views and opinions of Judith do not reflect the views and opinions of MSC Radio Network or Joust It Out.
Right.
Thank you, Chris.
But in Vegas, of all places, or, wow, I just gave birth to a baby yesterday. Let's take it to Vegas. Everywhere I turn, I was tripping over strollers and tiny babies at 3 in the morning in the casino screaming, and parents yelling at their small children at midnight in a casino because they're acting out because it's freaking midnight in Vegas. What are their kids doing there? I don't know.
Just wait till May when we open ours.
Oh, I know.
Right?
And I saw it. I never knew where it was before, but I was in the middle of the night coming over the Detroit Bridge, and I just so happened to look at Tower City, and I'm like, what is that? Horseshoe Casino. Horseshoe Casino, real big, right on the front. I'm like, oh, wow, because that's where the old visitor center used to be.
And it's the old Higbee building, which is a really neat thing that they took this historic old department store. I mean, old school. It had wooden escalators
gutted it and everything. Yeah, it's really kind of really sad. You can see it, though, in A Christmas Story movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that.
Yeah.
It's, so it's supposed to open in May. And, it's always a controversial thing when a casino opens because people say there's going to be more crime and all these things. I do want to give, props to the folks that have laid this out. Is one of the things they didn't do, which is probably a really good thing, is they didn't build a whole lot of restaurants into the casino or into Tower City around this. Instead, they're saying all the existing businesses and restaurants and the ones on the streets around the casino are hopefully going to get the business. And I think that's really good.
That's really
because
smart,
a lot of casinos just come in and then all the business goes in the casino and that's it. Dries up the area.
The West 6th what is that? The warehouse
the
district.
warehouse
All that over there has so much already going on. For them to have done that would have just been terrible for everybody. Especially, what are they going to be open?
Next month in a couple weeks.
I know. What do you think it's going to be? A 24/7 casino? They're gonna.
Well, I mean, they can't serve alcohol 24/7 like they do in Vegas, but
That's true.
Yeah.
Do they do that in Vegas? I might have to take.
No,
a trip.
I think the casino should be. I think.
Yeah, they're
they
allowed.
can serve alcohol all night long.
Yeah, and only inside the casino.
Only
though.
inside the casino. Yeah. You can't have a casino and not have alcohol flowing.
Well, I don't know. This is Ohio. It's, but then again, I forgot that they wrote having casinos into our Ohio Constitution now. So.
And it may be Ohio, but it's all about money.
I mean, you have to be a certain level of drunk to keep gambling when you don't have any money left.
What sucks, we still can't have personal poker games at home, though.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
No, we can't.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah, for money, you can't.
Oh, I see. Like, you can't win money.
No, you can't. Like if me and G were having a poker game at his place or something like that.
Strip poker.
No. And for money, and me and G would get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The law is crazy how they wrote it for the casino here in Cleveland.
Well, Robin, I know you had a busy past week.
I did.
Fundraiser at Bounce.
I had a fundraiser I
Oh,
did
was
a
it
show for
a
Bottoms Up.
show, sorry.
And that went really well. It was an amazing atmosphere. I love going there because it's so family oriented as far as the bartenders and then the DJs and then all the performers and the management. So we all get to work together. And then the patrons, because of that atmosphere, have such a good time. So I'm very, very always glad to go back to Bottoms Up. And I believe I'll be back this Friday for another benefit that'll actually be benefiting Pride as it's coming up. So that'll be good.
So the last event was that benefit?
That was just
benefit
appearance.
Robin.
That was to benefit me.
It was a Robin benefit. I get it. So this past week was very busy.
Yes.
Yesterday was the primaries and Rhode Island, Connecticut. All the states that had their primaries and.
Oh, gee, who won those? Gee, why don't you let us know?
Mitt Romney.
Boring.
And some of them are large in New York, Pennsylvania. And as far as the delegates go, Romney's cleaning house, and of course people like Newt, who even lost places where he thought he might have a chance, like Delaware and other places. He's lost, and looks like
Newt.
Bye, Newt.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. And, of course...
Suspending his campaign?
No, he's gone.
He's gone.
No
Okay.
suspension talk.
No, okay,
yeah.
all right.
He's
all
not
right.
doing the Santorum dance
Right.
of,
I
oh,
may
I'm
or may not be
suspending.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Santorum is, I think he's hoping that he might be one of the VP picks, possibly.
Oh, sure, okay.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
think that would
Marco
be-
Rubio is definitely officially being vetted right now. And he actually made comments about that today, saying he's not going to comment on the process because it's a real process now.
Right.
Names are being kicked around, even names like Condoleezza Rice.
But what is really good, I think, at this point is that at least these are people we've heard of. These are people we know.
Right.
I can distinctly remember when I heard that Sarah Palin was tapped as the VP, and and everybody was stunned. Like, first of all, who is that? And then you hear her talk, and you're like, oh my God, please return your vagina card now.
Sarah Palin is my favorite
I do not
politician.
want to be associated with that.
You know what I just saw was I had not seen it when it first came out, the HBO documentary on Sarah Palin and John McCain's race, and it actually does.
Oh, wait.
I want to see that.
Yes.
I got something. Actually, it's like breaking news. Newt Gingrich confirms he will officially suspend his campaign next week and will endorse Mitt Romney.
Of course. Yeah, after bashing him and hating him for all this time, but now we're going to support Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
I don't know. You really don't. I mean, if you think about what Santorum said, he wasn't that warm and fuzzy about endorsing him. He was, but he wasn't,
Well, but is he still, though? Who was it just the other day I was watching? Yeah, it's Santorum and his wife.
Right.
And you're right. Yeah, and they were like, well, we won't say that we're endorsing. We were talking about it.
It was all kind of coy.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're waiting for Mitt to kind of reach out to them, so then they'll do it officially and in a nice way and say, it's a big deal. So now we got the official word. Thank you for that, Chris. That Newt is officially out of the race.
Good riddance.
Some of the other...
He wasn't fun. He wasn't the fun candidate. We didn't have too many stories about him. He was there.
He's not.
Unfortunately.
Fun.
Well, now he's not there.
There was a whole piece about Mitt being the boring candidate, and
The arrogant.
and one of the things you're losing is like people like Newt Gingrich. As much as you might not like him, he at least had personality, and he said things, and he wasn't as boring. And Mitt's just boring. Santorum wasn't boring. Mitt's sad and boring. Anyways, going back to my the HBO movie about Sarah Palin, I thought was really, really good. I would tell anyone to check it out.
Let's do a screening. I want to see it. I don't have HBO.
We need to
come
get
to my
Sarah
house.
Can I come to your
Palin in
house?
here.
We can do a screening at the house.
I'll bring popcorn.
All right, let's do that.
Let's get Palin in here. I know we can do it. She likes reality shows and stuff. She'll be willing to do a radio show.
You could twist your hair up and wear your glasses.
Well, I love to hear her talk about the Russians that are over her backyard. And she waves at them. Give us a little thing about how that's all about.
Keeping an eye on them.
I don't know. Your outfit today.
It's very Palin-esque.
Very Palin.
Well, thank you. I was going for my newscaster look.
Oh, well, there you go. That too.
The hair just.
It is
perfect.
Newscasting.
No one's gonna notice because they're staring
right
there at the girls. They are perfectly tan.
I can't even see you, Robin. Through them.
I know.
They're blocking my view.
Remember the last time I wore something where I showed cleavage and I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to do this again.
Of course you're going to do it
We're all glad that you did.
No, I did get a voicemail earlier today. I want to say hello to our friend Colin Lively, who might be able to... Colin called earlier. Colin's flying in from New York on Friday and is going to be here for about 10 days. Maybe next week we can get him on the show again.
Oh, we got to get him on the
But
show.
he also invited Mark and I to Beth Zone's party on Friday night for him. Of course. So we might go to that. I don't know. I have to check with the husband if there's any other plans. But... Colin's going to be here, and the man is actually spending a lot more time here in Cleveland. We are very fortunate to have him. Hairdresser to the stars.
Quite
is
privileged.
Spending more time in Cleveland and even in New York, I think, sometimes, it seems.
Wow.
So he's going to be here, but he's in town especially for Art Cares, which happens this Saturday night. And I want to tell people you can still check out AIDS Task Force, the Greater Cleveland's website. Go there.
It's AIDStaskforce.org.
Go there and
purchase your tickets online.
I know that there's very few tickets left.
It's getting close to sellout.
Anybody who's anybody is going to be there.
That's right.
So make sure that you get those tickets.
Yeah, and I think they're going to allow people even to go right to the door and get tickets that night. Yeah. But it sounds like one heck of a crowd's coming.
It's getting a capacity for sure. Yeah.
I think
like 700 people.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's at Mocha, which is amazing, and it just sounds like it's going to be a wonderful
And this is
night.
Old Mocha, right?
Old Mocha. It hasn't
I had
moved.
to Google it. The new Mocha, I'm like, wait a sec, this building isn't finished yet. And you've been saying Old Mocha, and I have not been paying attention. I'm like, this building isn't finished. I was riding past yesterday, and then she's like, Old Mocha. Okay, so let me type in Old Mocha. Google's my best friend. And then I'm like, oh, that building. I used to do a young writers course in that building for the Cleveland Theater. What's the theater?
Which one?
The
Public Theater.
Cleveland Public Theater.
Yeah.
The one that's that's the one that's connected.
Yeah.
The Playhouse.
The Playhouse
Cleveland
is connected
Playhouse.
to Mocha.
That's what I was talking. So I know the building now. I know
And for
exactly
all
where
of
to
our
go.
friends who are not in Cleveland, I just want to say Mocha actually is the modern art museum here in Cleveland. So if you want to look it up online, but
it's a museum of contemporary
art. Yes, thank you.
Mocha.
I'm not from here. I don't.
You're like, I'm not from here. I don't care.
It doesn't flow out of my.
There's a fabulous party there. That's all we know.
It's a great place. It really is.
And again, Colin Lively will be there with a whole host of wonderful, crazy people.
His
so please come see us. Yes.
And I will be there unless my dress doesn't come.
That's right.
Judith ordered it.
I ordered a dress.
Tell everyone where your dress is.
It's in some processing facility in China, according to the U.S. Postal Service tracking system.
I'm sorry.
Buy American.
There's a lesson for you, Judith
Oh, my
Bendel.
goodness. Now I'm really nervous.
I love it. I'm sorry, Judith, for laughing.
I have nothing to wear. I don't even care.
Well, I haven't even tried yet.
I'm not going now.
Judith,
I haven't even tried yet.
I'm going to say this with love.
Further ahead than I am.
I'm going to say this with love. Okay?
Yeah.
The dress that you get, I hope it has lead in it.
Aw.
Why would you say that?
Because you didn't buy American.
Because you didn't buy American.
Oh, see.
Well, I'm just wearing it for one night.
Oh, jeez. There's plenty of shops here, local shops you could have went to.
Little boutiques.
You don't understand. It had everything that. You know what? We're not going to talk about this right
She'll
now.
get very upset.
I want to hear
real
it.
news to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Let's
Speaking
see.
of real news, I did.
Robin and I will talk later.
I do want to say one more thing, and HBO is not giving us any money for these plugs, but the new show with called
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
and it's her new show, and she plays the vice president. It's really interesting because they never identify if they're Republican or Democrats or independent. They never say what party they're in, and you'll never see the president in the show. So it's all about the vice president.
I love it. I love that premise.
We just watched it this past Sunday night, and it was wonderful. And I think it's going to be a great show. So
is it like a comedy or
it's
drama?
It's
or
comedy.
Like
it's definitely comedy. It's very much her.
Yeah, well,
in
it's
comedy.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
And she kind of is Sarah-esque in some ways, but not. It's really a good show.
Sounds fun.
I'll
just keep coming over to your house to watch your HBO.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have cable.
I know you're going to be at our house all the time. John Boehner is upset this week. I say he's faux upset. Yeah, he was on Fox News, and he didn't cry though. He didn't cry, so we got to give him props. He didn't cry. He is saying that he believes that he might not maintain his seat after 2012. And, of course, this was on the Fox network to rally the troops to make sure they go vote out of fear that the Republican Party is going to lose, some control there. So, I think that's interesting.
Yeah, he's worried about his seat. Not so much worried about all of his friends' seats.
No.
They're all going to lose theirs.
Yeah, well, I think he's worried about all of it, I believe.
Yeah.
I think, yes, Mr. Boehner. Yeah, I do want to play a little clip here because, Romney, we have to, we bang him. We don't really bang him.
You're like, I might.
Gee
You're
wishes.
like, he's not that bad looking,
I just want to.
He's a handsome guy. I do have to give him that.
I just want to play this. So this is Romney last evening. Just kind of accept his.
And tonight I can also say thank you, America, because after 43 primaries and caucuses, many long days, and more than a few long nights, I can say with confidence and gratitude that you have given me a great honor and solemn responsibility. And together, we are going to win on November 6th.
Boo. Boo. Boo.
Why do you hate dogs?
He doesn't. He just likes them on the roof of
Not
his
far
car.
from here. Beautiful day in June on a farm.
The trees
in
are
New
just
Hampshire.
right.
It's been an extraordinary journey.
Extraordinary.
Americans have always been eternal optimists. But over the last 3.5 years, we've seen hopes and dreams diminished by false promises and weak leadership. Everywhere I go, Americans are tired of being tired. And many of those who are fortunate enough to have a job are working harder for less. For every single mom who feels heartbroken when she has to explain to her kids
Who deserves
that
to
she
go
needs
to
take
work.
a second job and won't be home as often. For grandparents who can't afford the
Yeah, we'll stop there. How do you like that segue, Judith?
Well, yeah. I want to talk about the whole single mom thing, and you're hearing it everywhere. So this is nothing new. But if you recall, Hillary Rosen, who is a policy commentator, had made a faux pas, and pretty much saying that Ed Romney.
I don't think it was a faux pas.
Well, she said that Ann Romney has never worked a day in her life. So what does she know about the economy? And then they go on to say, well, Ann Romney is actually a stay-at-home mom, and I've never been a stay-at-home mom, but I know my mother at points in time has, and I can only imagine I know people who have done that. It's hard work. It's you don't get paid, you don't get benefits. We all know that, and so it was just a really, really poor choice of words.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the Republicans ran with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Crazy.
And and I think what we know what she meant was if she never worked in the workforce as we know it, where you collect a paycheck and you pay into, the economy and those kinds of things. I think the connection she was trying to make. And regardless, it was a bad line. She could have said it better. She didn't, and they ran with it.
But the thing is, and her whole point was that this couple is so disconnected from the 99.9% of Americans.
Absolutely.
And
Ann Romney has 3 different Cadillacs to choose from when she goes to do her grocery shopping, which she claims that she does. Now, if you're that wealthy, hire some nannies.
Yeah.
Well,
I doubt very much that there were not other people playing out through their lives when his career was very busy and going between the houses and
they've
whatnot.
got 5 children. Don't tell me that they don't have someone helping with the laundry and cleaning the house and cooking the meals.
Of course they do.
Yeah, and also part of this too is what people are not talking about is the Mormon culture in itself. The woman staying at home, being very dutiful to the husband, raising the 5 kids. I mean, there is a cultural thing from the religious aspect of it that's what they believe she should be. And I want to just touch on that a little bit. It is interesting because now that the path has been cleared and we know who the nominee will be no matter what, which we basically knew, but now that it's official, is that I think the Dems will probably start ratcheting up probably in PAC advertisements around maybe some of the Mormon stuff. And I know that freaks people out and certainly to start going down someone's religion. But I don't know how we elect a president without knowing the aspects of this religion. Right. This religion is different. The way it controls its dollars, the way it works as what I'll say is a cult, and you can send me hate mail. But I really believe that it is a religion that you need to know. If your president believes that when he passes on,
he gets his own universe,
his own planet and universe, and the more children he has and the more people on that planet and universe, well, that's an interesting aspect of this. Sure. What does he believe about the garment he wears under his clothes? What about the protection it gives him? I mean, those things.
And every woman in every family. What is well, and so Hillary Rosen said this unfortunate thing. Ann Romney then made her own faux pas statement. I quote, "I love the fact that there are women out there who don't have a choice and they must go to work and they still have to raise the kids." Ouch. So that goes back to that whole thing. Yeah. So what Ann Romney then is saying that she loves the fact that there are working class women who have no choice, who can't stay at home and raise their children, who have to go to work. She loves that.
They deserve it.
Right, they deserve it because they weren't born rich or married a rich husband. So absolutely they deserve it. But again, it was a very bad statement. I'm sure that's not how she meant it. I'm not defending her, but I think I love that. I think what she means is that she loves the fact that there are women who are strong women in their families and they do what they need to do and they go out there and they work every day and they raise their families. I'm pretty sure that's what she meant. Yeah. I don't think that she's that cold-hearted. I don't know the woman. She is a Republican. So, but.
I totally agree with you, Judith. I don't think she didn't mean anything by it. Again, it's a slip of the tongue.
They're running, right. So of course, the Republicans are going to run with the Hillary Rosen unfortunate statement. We're going to run with the Ann Romney unfortunate statement. And it's just, but yeah, war on women.
Yeah, it is a war on women.
It absolutely is.
And I think that one of the things is that when you start dividing that way, you're both sides are going to end up taking out chunks of what women are today and what they have survived through and what it means to be a woman in this country today and in that survival.
Have you heard, and I haven't seen this here in Cleveland, Ohio, it's just so ridiculous. So apparently there have been petitions out throughout the country to end women's suffrage.
No.
I swear to God.
What entails women's suffrage?
So women's suffrage is the 19th Amendment, which allows women the right to vote.
So they want to end.
So because the word suffrage sounds terrible, like suffer, we need to end women's suffering. So the right has devised these petitions to end women's suffrage, to take advantage of people who don't know their history, who are not very educated on the issues.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's the war on women. These Tea Party people and these Republicans who are trying to really take people's votes away. And it's not just that. I mean, we're seeing it everywhere with the voter ID laws, and
I just want to say something about their marketing. The Tea Party is, if you can get away with stealing one of our first American flags, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and claiming that as your flag, which by the way was a New England-based flag that they pretend because so many progressives live in New England, they like to act like that flag was theirs in Texas or something. But it's they love to take.
Hey, why don't they just keep their rebel flag?
Right.
Yeah, they can have it.
Yeah, they can have the Confederate flag. Go ahead, keep it.
I see one in a front yard in Painesville, Ohio.
Oh,
Look where Painesville, Ohio is, everyone on your map. There's one in a front yard that flies right next to the American flag.
I was at a fair in Kirtland last year, and I turned around and
those big blankets
the
that
giant
they sell.
Confederate flag blanket. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right next to the wolf on a cliff banging at the moon. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. Imagine going into someone's house and you see this Confederate flag blanket in their house. Would you run? How fast would you run? I would run like really quick.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We went everywhere with that. I don't know how we did that.
How long till the break?
Apparently,
what's going on, Robin? Yes.
Our intern is giving tarot readings.
What?
Yeah.
Stanley, do not give. Shout out to Stanley in the chat room. Anyone, check out Stanley in that chat room. And, when we get back from our break, please, also, you can give us a call at 888-668-0742. We want to chat with you about anything if you like. We are going to come back and talk about some LGBTQ stuff. But, you certainly give us a break. Give us a call after the break. But, Stanley.
Yes, and give us a break.
Yeah, give us a damn break. Stanley, do not read tarot in the chat room. You cannot do that. Jennifer Swampwitch does. You cannot do that. Stanley, I'm just repeating that again for the record.
You should see his face. He's really upset right now.
Yeah, I got him on camera.
I can't see the little bastard.
All right. Well, Chris, can you play us out?
Just turn around and hit the switch for the camera.
Oh, that's all right. I'll wait. I'll watch it in the replay later on tonight. All right, we're going to take a break. We need a break.
We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Please hang in there and come back.
Yeah, and give us a call, 888-668-0742. Do not forget to friend us on Facebook. We got to get those numbers up. And also follow us on Twitter. Our numbers are growing on there. All right, we'll be back.
Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
MSC Radio Network weather is brought to you by NeoWeather and NeoWeather.com, Ohio's home for weather. All right, well, at least today felt a bit more like April, but it's just not going to last, unfortunately. For tonight, we'll have increasing clouds with some showers and perhaps a few thunderstorms moving in overnight. Lows will drop to around 47 degrees. For your Thursday, rain showers possible mainly during the morning hours with mainly cloudy skies otherwise throughout the day. Temperatures not quite as warm as today, though, only topping out in the upper 50s as a cold front moves through the region. It's not looking much warmer for the end of the week either on Friday with partly cloudy skies and highs barely reaching 50 degrees. From the MSC Radio Network and NeoWeather.com, I'm Mark Spencer.
Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningshowCentral.com. Looking for a reliable reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting, JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Hey, Unsigned Bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned Bands. Want your music heard? Yeah! Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Hey, it's Big Daddy from the Marty Allen Show. Catch the replay of the Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on MSC. Now, my show airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 2 at martyallenshow.com. But you can catch the best of the Marty Allen Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Morning Show Central. So if you want all the latest sports news, entertainment news, and everything else that's going on in the world, then tune into my show live at martyallenshow.com and the best of the replays right here at morningshowcentral.com. Get MSC and get cooking, baby.
Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at reduxdirect.com. That's reduxdirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Hey, Unsigned Bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned Bands. Want your music heard? Yeah! Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Peak 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You have nothing to worry about.
Oh my. MorningShowCentral.com.
Copy that. I want you to stay on this channel. Stay on this channel. You're going to like it.
MorningShowCentral.com.
The universe grows smaller every day.
Check out the member profile pages, blogs, games, online forums, video chat, and much more.
You are out of order. Shut your fat mouth.
One website.
I gotta be honest, this get me hot.
MorningShowCentral.com.
You are refreshingly vulgar.
You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC, and you know what saved them? Rectiphy backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectiphy backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectiphy can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe, the printer guy.
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Oh, great. Not another farm bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central. Denying one farm bill request at a time.
We're back. This is Joust It Out on Wednesday, April 25th, and we're all hanging out here. I don't know why that's playing, Judith. Maybe you want to stop that from playing. I don't know. We're in the break. We're chatting a minute. And our last show, we had Judge Elaine Crane here, and that was a crazy show because that woman is tough, man. She is tough, and we all know now why she was President Nixon's secret weapon in the what department was she in? The Department of Justice. Yeah, Department of Justice. That's it. That department. But yeah. So, and you know, she had me flustered. See, I even talk about her and I get flustered. I don't know what it is with that woman. But I definitely.
I will tell you that a friend of the show ran into her just a couple days ago, gushing about G. Loves G.
That's so weird.
Couldn't talk enough about him.
I thought she hated me, actually.
I kind of thought so too, but apparently she really enjoyed her time on the show.
Oh, that's great.
She really enjoyed you. So
the husband and I are going to go out to Riders Inn, and you know, if folks want to check us out if you go to joustitout.com and you go to links of the round table, you will see a link to Riders Inn and the Judge's Place in Paynesville. So if you are an Ohioan and want to check that out, please go visit her in her haunted historic place that was part of the Underground Railroad. Some amazing history there. So yeah, check that out. And you know, I missed in the first part of our show was, did you see this? The media was playing this whole thing that this college student dropped frozen yogurt on the president and all this stuff.
Oh,
and
fun.
Did that really happen?
Yeah. So, well, here's the thing. So you got so the media, you know, it just tells you that, you know, how the media is right now. They're waiting for anything entertaining, anything that can happen to the president. So the president is doing kind of a line. Long story short, this young woman in college with her girlfriends are all there, and she had frozen yogurt. Well, the Secret Service said you have to put all that stuff down. The media said she spilt it on him. this morning in an interview, she's on MSNBC. I hear she basically. I sound like Cher. What was that?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. My voice is just leaving. But anyways, so they're questioning her. It was kind of embarrassing for the reporters because the way they had, promoted this thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, I didn't really spill it on the president. What happened was the Secret Service made them put their stuff down because the president was doing the line. And she said a photographer kicked the ice cream and it splattered on the president's leg.
She wasn't even in control of the frozen yogurt at the time it splattered on the president.
But the media is going to jump on anything right now. It's just insane how it is.
Why would she even go on for that interview?
Well, she corrected the record. I mean, she
guess,
made it straight, correcting the record. I want to talk about something here.
Correcting the record.
Yeah, somebody needed to correct the record. So everyone's heard of these groups, like the Bachman family group that, if you're gay, we can make you straight. And if you pray enough, pray away the gay, you can make that happen.
Have enough therapy and,
some brainwashing, maybe some electrodes to your private parts showing you pictures of men and they zap your brain. If you're a female, they do the same thing. Whatever they do.
Is that 1930 stuff?
No.
Actually, the Mormon religion, I think,
they still do it.
They still do it.
Are you serious?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
Wow.
Yeah. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
And these families will send their, teenagers, young adult children.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will subject themselves because they're so ashamed.
I am not letting anybody shock my testicles.
So one of these doctors, Dr. Robert Spitzer, who was very much who had released this study back in 2001, all of this research that he did about therapy that can turn people ex-gay, has now recently come out and apologized.
Not out of the closet.
No, not out of the closet. I apologize.
Just come out about saying.
He has given an apology to the gay community, trying to correct the record, saying that had he known that his research.
Let's play the video. We don't need you to tell us what he's saying, Judith Hindell. Jeez, we got the video.
Why am I even here?
That's a damn good question. And this video is a little long, so let's see what we do with it.
Well, years ago, 6 years ago, at that time there was not as much controversy about gay marriage and whatnot as there is now. I think I would be more reluctant now to start such a study, knowing the way in which it would be used, since I'm totally uncomfortable with the aims of focus on the family.
Dr. Robert Spitzer is a professor of psychiatry at Columbia University. In 1973, Dr. Spitzer helped spearhead the removal of homosexuality as a mental disorder from the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual. So it was quite a media sensation when Spitzer unveiled a controversial new study in 2001 suggesting that some very highly motivated homosexuals could switch sexual orientation. It is this study that Focus on the Family frequently cites when purporting that homosexuality is a choice and that anyone can change.
It's understandable that Focus on the Family would be delighted with the results of my study, because the study did indicate that there was evidence that some gays can change not only their sexual identity, but their sexual orientation, fantasy, arousal. So of course they were delighted with that study. What they failed to mention, and it's not, I guess, a big surprise, is that in the discussion I noted that it was so hard for me to find 200 subjects to participate in the study that I have to conclude that although change is possible and does occur, it's probably quite rare. And of course, they don't want to mention that.
We asked Dr. Spitzer how he feels about how Focus on the Family used his work to support a program that essentially seeks to deny civil rights to gays.
It makes me feel quite uncomfortable. And I'm kind of caught in that I think the study needed to be done, but I'm not happy that the people who are making use of the study are people whose program I totally am at odds with and feel therefore uncomfortable with their use of the study. Dobson interviewed me at one point And he used that interview as part of their, distribution process. And when I found out about that, I was quite unhappy with it because I didn't realize that I had given permission for it to be distributed in that way. And I wasn't happy with his reporting it because he failed to mention the point that I mentioned, which is that I thought change was rare. But there was nothing that I could do. I had signed permission, and so they were free to distribute it. As far as the gay person who is thinking about change, the gay person wants to know not only can some people change, but how likely is it if I go into some kind of therapy or program. So my study, I think, does indicate that some gays can change, but it also suggests that it's probably pretty rare. So the gay who is thinking about entering some kind of a program to change should know that the likelihood of success is probably quite small. And of course, Focus on the Family doesn't want to say that.
To help counter right-wing disinformation campaigns and support the work of Truth Wins Out, visit truthwinsout.org.
Well, so there you go. Sorry for that being a little long, but I think it was good information. And, you can go to Truth Wins Out and check out their site and if you want to support them. But, I happen to have an ally and a friend and someone I really loved and was part of my family, adopted family in a way. Roger, who actually, if you look at our American flag here, he was a Marine, fought in the Korean War, and lived the majority of his life as an openly gay man. He had a partner for 20-something years. But Roger, after the 1950s, coming back in San Francisco, was an openly gay person, came out to his family in upstate Washington, and the family totally rejected him. Now, remember, it was 1950s. Some of the family never spoke to him again. And his desperation to find probably love and equality and all those things, he ended up going to a church that he was kind of brought into. And at that point, that church said they could convert him into a straight person. And he bought it and was probably brainwashed and believing so. And he actually was married to another woman, to a woman that was part of that church. And that church actually went on to create some really well-known programs. One was called Disciples Only in the 1970s, did the same work as Dobson. Another one called Teen Challenge, Roger was part of, that really did some damaging things. And knowing Roger, he was, and we talked about this because he never kind of forgave himself for those years because he was running a ministry doing this to people. And but he did, in the middle of the ministry, after being married to a woman, he aborted this whole thing and said, I am not doing this anymore. I am gay. He left his wife. She never spoke to him again. She moved to Texas. And then a couple of years later, he met his partner, which he was with for 20-something years, if not long, about 20-something years. And, and then spent the rest of his life, even when he was vice president of this bus company, he was very charitable to gay causes and tried to make amends around what he had done. But he always lived with the pain of those years and being part of it. And you really think about how many people, Roger was able to come out of that, but how many people probably killed themselves or did other things and probably didn't survive so well. And it's really, so I give, love and everything for Roger's story, but at the same time, when you care about somebody like that, and it's almost unbelievable. I'm like, how could you, Roger, be trying into that craziness and thinking you could convert gay people to straight people? That's insane. It's just insane.
And to do that to other people, to oppress other people like that, and to damage them so much that most of them can't get out of that. Yeah,
it's from the belief that gay is a choice, and there are some people who are just tired of the discrimination to the point where they're willing to accept that something could help them out.
Yeah, that's an element of it. I think. I think that when people do go down that road, it is such a painful thing. And, what also happens to folks is if, say, your family is really religious, and all of a sudden your family comes back around you and now supports you after abandoning you, it's such a mind-numbing thing that okay, well now people love me for lying about who I am, and I'd rather be straight to make everyone happy and still have my family and go to dinner and go to holidays and instead of being ostracized. So I think that it's a really evil way of existing and doing things to people.
And that's not an attitude that I, disagree with, because I understand how important it is to want to be loved and to finally be able to have a way to get that attention. Yet working for acceptance outside of the family can sometimes be just as gratifying, because then you meet new friends, you get to be in this new type of family that accepts you for who you are, and not only is it easier, but it's more satisfying. That's only for me, though. I don't know how other people feel about that, but in that particular situation, that is how I feel.
I want to say to you, continuing with the Roger story real quick, is that Roger did that. He actually went out and created a new family. He never spoke to his own family ever again. His parents passed away, and when Roger passed away, Judith knows the story, is that my husband and I are very close to him, and when he died, I was the person to be in charge of his burial and all those things, and I was power of attorney and whatnot, but because of the way the law is written, he was considered to not have any family. So I get a call. He basically dies. I rush to the hospital. His dog, Trudy, the pug that we had got him for his Christmas present many years before, is at the apartment. I go there as a family member. Everyone recognizes who I was, even at the apartment building. And I'm thinking, well, okay, we're going to make arrangements and everything. And all of a sudden I'm being told, you're not biological family. You have no rights to this man. You cannot even pay for it. You can pay for it, but we're not going to bury him. And the Rhode Island law was that we would have to put an ad in the newspaper. The body would go to the morgue, the state morgue, sit there until someone claimed it or the time ran out that it would no longer, and it was going right into Christmas week when Roger passed away.
Well, how long do you have to wait?
It was like a 2-week window, which was right into like Christmas. So
2 weeks?
Yeah, and so we lost our friend. We were devastated, all this stuff. So I go on a search for his family. Now, Roger always told me he had never talked to his family after coming out officially. They only talked to him back when he was married to the woman during the Christian stuff. And so I do this research, thank God for Google. I find a nephew who says, that's my uncle, but I've never spoke to him. I've never met him. I end up speaking to Roger's brother, who's 80-something years old in upstate Washington. I call him, and he says, and he didn't know I was calling, and I said, are you the brother of Roger? And I told him the name, and he said, yes, I am. Why are you calling me? Are you calling me because my brother died? And he started bawling his eyes out. And we ended up having this horrible conversation over a couple days as the funeral was done. They did not fly into Rhode Island for the funeral. And that man has to live the rest of his life without ever talking to his brother again. And he was so sad over it. And it was really devastating to him. And I just think about how painful and all that loss and how sad that was for both those men as brothers left out of a family, and they never even talked to each other again, all because of Roger being openly gay. And just amazing. I'm sorry I went down that road, but I think it's a story worth telling, tied to all of that stuff. Yeah. So, anyways, change the subject.
Before we all start crying.
No,
here.
I know. I'm not crying. I don't cry. I got to get my thoughts back together.
I know. What else is going on?
You know what I wanted to do this week? I was kind of feeling, I realized that one of the shows I seemed angry or something, and I realized, what we got rid of, which we haven't been playing at all, is our Golden Douche Award.
I know. Right.
And I think Golden Douche is a good thing in the sense that it's not really a good thing, but it's a good thing in the sense it lets us vent.
It's a good venting.
It's a good venting. If we zoom in on something, so I promise we're going to bring our Golden Douche back.
It just seemed like for a while, it's like every week Golden Douche was going to be Santorum.
Yeah.
And so
or
now
a
he's kind of
Republican,
like,
and it's not fair.
Right. And so it was just like kind of getting old.
We promised not to do that anymore.
Right.
We got to spread the love with the Golden Douche, right?
Right.
I think that's what we need to do, and we got to find some better candidates. And so, what I'm going to say to everyone, and why I went down this road, is please email us. email me, g@joustitout.com, and tell us any recommendations for the Golden Douche Award. And we will mention you if you want to be mentioned, or it can be anonymous, every week. And we'll, give the Golden Douche Award. And we're definitely looking for good. Oh, it's looking horrible. The Golden Douche has been beat up.
It's been beaten up.
What happened to the Golden Douche?
No.
Oh, we got to get a new one.
It's flaking.
It used to be really pretty. And now it's just ugly and horrible.
Who's been using that?
Chris?
The golden anal douche.
Who in this station has been using the golden douche?
Ralphie from High on Sports.
Oh, Ralphie. That makes sense, actually. Ralphie is not going to appreciate that.
Not at all.
Mr. Sportsman.
Well, everyone's got to be clean. We don't fault him for that.
That's right. Fresh and clean.
Well, just an FYI, I have to say this. Douching is not good for you ladies. Just want to let you know. Not sure how it is rectally. Don't know all the I don't know all the medical information about that, but I just want to say, ladies, do not douche. You don't need it. It's not good for you.
And apparently it's not good for anal either.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not good for anybody.
Okay, good. See, that's why it's called the golden douche, because whoever the golden douche is, it's not
good for
anybody.
society, for mankind. They are not good for.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, I want to go out. We're gonna.
That was my PSA for today.
Well, we're gonna actually play a little video. I thought it was kind of a cute little video. In the interest of gayness and love and spending it that way. It is 7:56, and I know that we're going to get close to our bewitching hour. Well, we don't have to play it yet. We have a minute or two, but or a second.
Have it queued up.
Yeah, you better have that.
We have a little time. We can go a little over if we have to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We don't have the show on after.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I love those guys.
Well, they're just taking a break today.
Okay, well,
they're cooking some pig. They're making some pig ribs, something.
Something good.
I don't know.
Something good.
There's barbecue sauce and meat
and
involved.
they'll be back to tell us all about it.
And a face mask? What is that?
They had a face mask on there. I don't know why.
Yeah, remember?
Oh, yes, I do now. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
that's
let's talk about our show. How about that?
I know. Well, all right. So, Robin, tell us what you have going on this coming week. Anything exciting?
Like I said, this coming week we will be back at Bottoms Up for a Pride benefit. Tomorrow there is a show at Bounce. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in it, but they're still doing a whole lot of fundraisers for Pride. So everyone just go ahead and come out to Bounce. Mm-hmm. Personally, I don't have anything planned except to keep a lookout for Art Cares. So everybody keep a lookout for Art Cares.
Of course.
That is going to be the big event. Judith will figure out what she's going to wear. We'll have to report on next week. Either it's going to be her naked or it's going to be her
I'll be
dress
in a
from
garbage
China.
bag.
There you go.
No, but I also do want to mention that if you are not going to be in the Cleveland area and can't come to Art Cares, look up in your local community rallies across the country, War on Women rallies everywhere across the country. See if you can find one in your area and join them.
Right. Well, there we go.
I got something for her to wear.
What's that?
No.
Hey. There you go. Judith in a diaper at Art Cares.
I'll just bedazzle it.
You can get one of those baby rattles and bonnets, and you can go as a baby.
That's art.
I'll go as a baby.
It's art.
That's right.
Like Lady Gaga showing up to an event, making a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Your statement is something about
my own performance art.
There you go. I love it.
People can bid on me. Silent auction.
Awesome.
Hey.
That's what we're gonna do.
Now you're being a team player.
That's the way to go for Art Cares. All right, we're gonna play this out.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging in there this week.
Don't forget to go on Facebook and look up the Accept It campaign made by our own intern. And that'll be fun, so get involved.
How is that going, by the way?
It is going amazing. We are gaining so much momentum, and that is at Facebook. Accept It. Just search for it in the search box, and you'll be able to see it.
All right. Folks, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Enjoy this little story, this little gay music story.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset. She's going off about something that you said, but she doesn't get your humor like I do. I'm in the room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the kind of music she doesn't like, and she'll never know your story like I do. But she wears short skirts t-shirt. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see you belong with me? You belong with me. Walking the streets with you in your worn out jeans, I can't help thinking this is how it ought to be. Laughing on a park bench, thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? And you've got a smile that could light up this whole town. I haven't seen it in a while since she brought you down. You say you're fine, I know you better than that. Hey, what you doing with a girl like that? She wears high heels, I wear sneakers. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see you belong with me? Standing by you, waiting at your back door all this time. How could you not know, baby? You belong with me. You belong with me. Driving to my house in the middle of the night. I'm the one who makes you laugh when you know you're about to cry. I know your favorite songs and you tell me about your dreams. Think I know where you belong, think I know it's with me. Can't you see that I'm the one who understands?